Hi guys, today I will show you the new expansion pack for Race 07. This expansion pack is called STCC2 the game, whereas STCC stands for Swedish Touring Car Championship. I will show you the new tracks and the new cars, and I think later on I will compare this expansion pack to Need for Speed Shift 2 Unleashed, because both of them were released just a few weeks ago, I think 3 weeks ago. And yeah, now we'll show you the new tracks. Here, 6 of them, 6 new tracks. All of them are featured in the Swedish Touring Car Championship, of course. But when it comes to this new tracks, I'm rather disappointed, I have to say, because they are not really new tracks. They are more or less updated versions of the older tracks. As you can see here, for example, Knutstorp track layout here. This is the new one, and this is the old one. As you can see, almost nothing has changed. I think they just added some extra track details, like new tracks, higher, better textures. I'm not sure. This is a racing simulation game. I drive it like a simulation game. That means no driving aids are activated. Therefore, I have to concentrate on the track itself, and just do not have enough time to take a look at some new track details. I'm not sure. But here are the new cars. 2 new Volvos, Volvo S40 and a Volvo 850. But they are not really new cars, because there was a free game called Volvo the Game, which already featured those 2 cars, so they were just converted as a bonus to Race 07. 2-liter engine, 300 horsepower, 975 kilogram, 6 gear shifting, front wheel driven. Both of the cars do have exactly the same technical data, but they handle differently, I have to say, because this Volvo 850 has a problem when it comes to braking, at least in my opinion, because the brakes lock very easy, and the car tends to understeer if you lift your foot off the gas. You can't really say it tends to understeer, because it's the most brutal understeer I've ever encountered in this game. Yeah, but due to its looks, it's quite fun to drive. Then the official STCC cars. Another 2 Volvos, the Volvo C30 and the Volvo S60. You can see here, both have the same engines. 2-liter 5-cylinder engine, 285 horsepower, 1121 kilogram, and front wheel driven. This technical data accounts to most of the new cars. Most of them are front wheel driven. All are limited to a 2-liter engine, and therefore they almost do have the same horsepower. This means the range of horsepower ranges from 275 to around 300 horsepower. The weight is about 1121 kilogram. I think this car weighs the least, to around 1.2 tons. Yeah, Volvo S60 here. Take a look. The BMWs are the cars which do handle differently, the most different compared to the other cars, because these are the only rear-wheel driven cars. Therefore, they of course tend to oversteer rather than understeer. You wouldn't expect that from a rear-wheel driven car. You see almost the same technical data. 2 BMW 320 SIs. I'm not sure what's the difference, can't really say. And an older E46 BMW, but it also almost handles the same. It's just a little bit slower than the newer BMWs. The new Honda Accord R. Yep. Also almost the same technical data. Front wheel driven again. a new Seat. Seat was already in the game before, same as the BMWs, just updated to the new rules of the STCC championship. 287 horsepower, same as the other cars. A new Peugeot 407. The Peugeot 407 replaced the Peugeot 307 from the older STCC add-on, and a new Volkswagen. I have to say I expected a Volkswagen Golf, because I'm not really into the Swedish Touring Car Championship, because you can't watch it on German TV. And so I expected a Volkswagen Golf, but it's a Volkswagen Scirocco. This is the car I prefer most, because it just fits my style of driving. It's very neutral. Most of the other cars, except the Chevrolet and the Opel, tend to understeer a lot, and those three cars handle quite neutral in my opinion, or at least when it comes to my style of driving. Then here are the new Chevrolets, the Chevrolet Cruze. Very nice car. Also handles very good. I'm not sure which car I prefer, the Volkswagen Scirocco or the Chevrolet Cruze. Very nice handling. The Chevrolet Lacetti tends to understeer a little bit too much in my opinion. And here is the Opel. Opel is known as Vauxhall in other countries, so therefore you might not be familiar with Opel. Yeah, no. Let me show you it again. Here, Opel, and two Alfa Romeos, Alfa Romeo 156 and 156 GTA. These are the only two cars I did not really drive, because I just don't like Alfa Romeo in general, but that's just my personal opinion. Can't say much about these cars. And we have a Toyota, which I'm not sure what to think about, because take a look at the car. It's an older Toyota Corolla. I think it's just a small private racing team which tries to compete with the other cars. It's rather slow, I have to say. This is the car I don't like this car. This Mercedes-Benz is just downloadable. It's made by a modder at nogripracingforums.com, at nogripracing.com. You can download it. It was not included in this add-on. I'm not sure why they did not include this car. I don't know. And two new Camaros, and I have to say I was really surprised by those two Camaros. The Camaro Generation 5. See here? Bad look, bad evil look. And the Camaro Generation 4, which is absolutely ugly in my opinion. Yeah, and I'm not really sure what to think about these cars, because if you take a look at them, they look like NASCAR cars. They handle like NASCAR cars. They don't like corners. They love straights. They are kinda powerful. Big American engine, 5.7 liter engine, V8, and only a 4-gear shifting. So I have to say I'm not really sure what to think about these cars. They fit to NASCAR tracks, to those oval tracks, and you can't really drive with them around tracks like the Nordschleife or something, also due to only 4 gears. Yeah, they of course tend to oversteer, like every American car tends to oversteer, and every American car hates corners. Every American car behaves strangely, I have to say. This is my personal opinion, of course. Yeah, they are fun to look at. They look evil and bad. They look cool, but I'm not sure what's the point of these cars. Yeah, but now I will show you a lap on Knutstorp. One lap, with the Chevrolet Cruze. Yep. See, no driving aids. And sorry for the loading screen, I'm just not used to making videos, commented videos, and therefore I don't know how to cut out this part. I'm sorry, and I'm also sorry for my poor English. I am German and I'm not used to speaking English all the time. I'm quite good when it comes to writing, but not very fluent when it comes to speaking. Yeah. I'll just use the standard setup for dry weather setup, dry weather. And this is just to show you the new track, the all new track of Knutstorp. By the way, I'm using that's why I like this one. This was really concentrate on driving whilst I'm speaking. Yeah, and now I will say something about how this game compares to Need for Speed Shift 2 Unleashed. Yeah, this game, this expansion pack is a racing simulation. It's not really a game. It does not feature a career mode or something like that. You don't get any achievements or something like that. It's just some new cars and some updated tracks. It's a simulation. You don't need a career mode if you ask me. Also, I have to say that the presentation is very dry. I mean, look at it. The graphics are outdated. And yeah, no career mode or whatsoever. It's just plain racing. Shift 2 is more like a game when it compares to GTR Evolution Racer 7 and this STCC 2. It's a game. It features a career mode. It has a good presentation. It has real live videos. It has cars you can see on the streets. You can tune them a lot more than you can in this game. Yeah, I have to say, Need for Speed Shift 2 is more a game, whereas GTR Evolution is a simulation. That's the main difference. Yeah, some people ask me what I think about those two games. I think both of them are fun. Also, you gain that fun in a very different way. This is just due to the physics of this game. All cars handle realistically, at least what I think is realistic. I'm not a very experienced racing driver when it comes to in real life. Just a few laps with a Golf 5 GTI over the Nordschleife. That's pretty much all. But I have to say, this game, this STCC2 game, comes closer to reality compared to Need for Speed Shift 2. But Need for Speed Shift 2 has a better atmosphere, I have to say. I like the helmet camera. It's just, it gives you a better feeling of the driver, whereas this game gives you a better feel of how the car handles. Yeah, and that's pretty much what I have to say. I'm sorry for my stuttering while speaking and some wrong grammatic and yeah, you know. I'm German, I'm not used to speaking English, and this is also my first commented video. But I hope you still enjoyed it. See you!